I'm StoicDan. Last week, my friends and I had a great discussion about how to analyze our anger. In other words, how to break it into pieces and also, importantly, to recognize that it's happening and therefore manage it better. This discussion that we had last week at Orlando Stoics was based upon chapter 47 in the Handbook for New Stoics, which is by Massimo Pigliucci and Greg Lopez. It's a book that's laid out very well, covering many important topics in Stoicism, and chapter 47 is called Analyze Anger. So to give you a great summary of some of the things that we talked about is we're going to go through a series of reframing events that help you in analyzing your anger. And note that these are very specific suggestions from the modern Stoicism movement. It's not just general ideas like take a break, count to 10. Those things may work in the short term, but for long-term results, it's best to analyze your anger with tools like these. The first was, think about a scenario where a child is making you angry. You can easily reframe that and think, this is a child trying to make me angry. I will just dismiss the whole idea and I won't get angry at all. The next example is that assume another scenario where someone is trying to make you angry about a topic or a subject that is just not important at all. You can simply choose to ignore it because you rationalize that this is not important to pursue at all. Another good example is a scenario where someone with good intentions tried to do something for you and it just came out wrong. And so you can recognize this, that the person was virtuous or was trying to be good, but it just didn't turn out right. So you can avoid anger in that way. Another example, which I recalled from many years ago, is consider if an in-home care worker in the field of medicine or nursing, if they were helping a very old patient at a home, and perhaps that patient is suffering from dementia. Well, the case that we once talked about long ago is that that person was actually fighting the in-home care provider, fighting her every step of the way, and yet she was there to provide necessary services and also to make sure that he took his medicine. Now, as a Stoic, what we discussed is that in-home care person can think about this in a Stoic way. She can realize I'm there to provide necessary services to increase the quality of life of this person or even save their life. For example, if they didn't take medicine, there could be big consequences. So as a Stoic or as a practicing Stoic, she can think about this, that I need to provide these services, I will just minimize my time there, and then I will leave. And I won't take any of the emotional baggage home with me. I won't think more about this in terms of anger. Well, all of these examples that we've given you, from a child to a person who needs in-home care, all of these examples are things that show a wide variety of scenarios where anger can be stimulated. And we need to realize as a Stoic that anger it comes down to an impulse. And that impulse, because we are humans, because we have mind-body connection, that we cannot stop that impulse. And we realize as Stoics that therefore all we can do is slow it down, make a better decision, and keep calm. Now, before I wrap up, I also need to conclude that although we've discussed how to stay calm in all of these scenarios, if you are subject to repeated or recurring verbal abuse or physical abuse, you should find a way to stop that, because you should not have to have that in your life. Sometimes these things come up occasionally, but if they are recurring, you should, whether you're Stoic or just a thinking person, you should find a way to remove this negativity from your life. You should not be okay with it. So, before I let you go, I've got a quote from the book. This comes again from chapter 47 of the Handbook for New Stoics. They quoted Seneca in his essay on anger. And the quote is, "The greatest remedy for anger is delay. Beg anger to grant you this at the first, not in order that it may pardon the offense, but that it may form a right judgment about it." Thanks for watching.
Follow us on social media for more info. Visit StoicDan.com.